crunch time here, Doreen, before we get these next guests on with us, right?
We are definitely still in crunch time. We need your donations. 414-337-9554. The phone bank, sponsored by Ewald Automotive, is open and open for business. So let's get those people busy over there while we get busy over here talking to our next family, the Duernberger family. Welcome, Dad, Kyle, Mom, Ashley. Thank you for being here. And we're going to talk about Kole. Now, Kole is 2.5 years old about right now, and the pediatric liver transplant program at Children's is recognized as one of the top programs in the United States. Now, I just said that Kole was 2.5. Your support today allows Children's to continue to provide life-changing transplants for kiddos like Kole. So at 2.5, Kole's already had a liver transplant, but let's back up. And Ashley, why don't you tell us a little bit about your story and Kole's story and how this all came about, your journey at Children's.
When I was pregnant, at our 20-week ultrasound, we noticed some issues with his heart and one of his kidneys that they couldn't locate. And everything seemed to be healthy and good when he was born. He has those complications with his heart, but nothing critical, just things that we monitor over the years. And when we went to our 2-month checkup for the heart complications, the hole in his heart had cleared. However, he was very jaundiced. So our cardiologist sent us to Children's, and turns out he has biliary atresia.
Never heard of that before.
Yeah, so explain what that is.
Biliary atresia is when the bile ducts are scar tissue or gone or not developed correctly or some issue like that, and the bile gets backed up in your liver, eventually causing it to fail.
And so this happened at what point? By the way, the prenatal testing, was that done here as well or not?
No, we started at Aurora, and our cardiologist at 2 months recommended we come here for the biliary atresia.
Gotcha.
And that was scary.
Yeah.
I bet.
I mean, you think you have this happy, healthy baby boy, and all of a sudden you find out, oh my gosh, he has something that we didn't even know existed prior to this.
And he had to get the Kasai done, and that was a pretty major procedure, like 8 or 9 hours.
What is that?
So the bile ducts were gone. They were scar tissue, so they attached his small intestines directly to his liver, and that's the Kasai, so that the bile can flow out and his liver can
Start to function?
Yeah.
I might add that's an 8-hour procedure.
Yeah.
How nerve-wracking was that?
It was scary. He also had a malrotation. He had his appendix removed. It was on the wrong side. He didn't have a gallbladder. There was a lot of other things they found while they were in there. Pretty much every organ in there has a problem other than the lungs.
Now, did you think that after he had that procedure that his liver would be okay, or did you know right then and there that he was going to need a transplant?
There was a 30% chance he would be okay. There was a 30% chance that nothing would work, and there was a 30% chance that he would need a liver transplant. But it got him till 2. So he didn't need the transplant until January of 2025. We got it in February of 2025. So.
And, Kyle, how is he doing right now? How's Kole?
He's doing great.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't really know what to expect post-transplant, but it's better than anything we could have ever imagined as far as how he's thriving, his health, his demeanor. He's so loving, he's happy. He's a version of himself that we never knew before.
Yeah.
And going through such a hard time, especially in the hospital every day, being surrounded by other sick children. And, it's when you're here, everyone's here for their own different reasons, but no one's here because they're doing great. They're here for a very critical issue. So when you're around that, it gets to be a little depressing, especially in January and February. I didn't think that it would ever be this great. But really, it's a miracle that things progressed in the rate that they did.
It's amazing, Doreen, that even the time of year that they went through this in affected how they felt about the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the doctors and the professionals here went ahead and made you feel as good as you could feel about it, right? Just regardless of the time of year.
Yeah, every day. felt the same here, but I would go to work every day and come back, and sometimes I'd be driving through a snowstorm or dealing with traffic, and you're on the outside, and I'd come in by Ashley, and it's just like not the same atmosphere. Everyone checking on you every few minutes, asking if you need something.
Consistency.
It was nice that we had that safe place while we waited for our liver.
I was reading in the bio here about Kole today, and Kole and I have something in common. I know it's weird to think that I have something in common with a 2.5-year-old little boy, but he loves Quick Trip. And so do I. Does he have a favorite when you guys go in to Quick Trip?
Oh, you go straight to the little coolers with those little figurine juices, and it's really exciting for him. Just to be able to go and do something himself there at his level. He tries to open the door. It's exciting for him to be able to do something by himself, pick something out.
And how great is it that he is here and he's thriving and he's doing well because of the staff and the caretakers here at Children's. So what would you want others to know that are listening about Children's Wisconsin?
The care is like family. You don't really know what to expect because half the time when you come here, you don't even know why you're here in the first place. You're learning every day. As fast as you're learning, you're trying to take that all in. And it sometimes changes. So you're processing that emotional, new world you're living in with the problem, but you're also trying to make peace with your life. So they're amazing. I mean, it actually went fast. As long as it felt in the moment. Nurses that weren't even scheduled to see Kole would come in and visit him and play with him. Everyone knew who he was on the floor we were at. And, you're walking in and out. As I said, I would go back and forth to work every day. People would wave to you. It's like, okay, we're regulars now.
Yes, the professionals do perform miracles here, which is why we call it the Miracle Marathon. I'm looking at pictures of Kole right now. He is just the happiest looking boy.
Yeah.
I can't quite see him right now. He's out of my viewpoint. But
Just wait until he's tall enough to reach the donuts at Quick Trip, because that's where I'm going to recommend he goes. Your support today, those that are listening, allows Children's to continue to provide life-changing transplants for kids like Kole's and perform miracles every day. Thank you guys for sharing your story and sharing Kole's story with us today. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
all right, well, let's call if you're out there and you were moved by this story. There are many, many other stories like this. You'll help others get through tough situations if you can donate now at 411.